Hey guys, Mr. Decepticon back here today with another Star Wars action figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars The Clone Wars Embo. I got this guy from my local comic book store. I haven't seen him out in Toys R Us in the UK, but he won't be coming out in the Toys R Us in the UK either. I would say if you're a Star Wars collector and even a Transformers collector, and you can't find certain figures, like if I said check out Forbidden Planet, they are pretty good for finding figures that you don't usually see. The figure I bought, I didn't really know a lot about Embo. I haven't seen him in the Clone Wars cartoon. I've seen some action clips of him on YouTube and he looked pretty cool. That's all I've really seen of him. I mean, I had an idea that he was a bounty hunter. He protects the Felucians, is it, on in the Clone Wars episode, and he kind of joins it with the Jedi. I don't really know much, but I know, he's pretty badass. I bought the figure really because to me, he looked pretty cool. I was in my comic book shop and I just bought him because he looked cool. He kind of stood out to me. Um, Before we take a look at the figure himself, let's take a quick look at his base. The next hand figures come with a card slots into the base. Nice picture of Embo with his bowcaster. We're kind of telling you the stats. I think sometimes the stats feel a little silly when it's got the instructions on. Stupid card game, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's aimed at kids, but I don't even think intelligent kids really want to play this silly card game. First, I think it's a bit of a daft gimmick. We'll get the stand out of the way. Move on to the figure. So now let's pause. And yes, his hat's removable. Very nicely detailed hat. In the cartoon it's metal, you can see all the worn details on it and all the rivets, where the shots have gone. Pretty nice detail. It's kind of got some, looks like it's got some shadow in some of the paint apps V underneath. It's got some moulding underneath, but yeah, it's pretty much just like that. Tell the front because it's got the three grey lines. Figure himself, let's put that back on, it pegs into the hole on his head. Fits in pretty nicely. The figure himself comes with his bowcaster. One problem about this figure is that he's got some very small weapons, and these on here just here hinged in, they just clip on, which means you can take them off, and for some reason I can't fit one of them quite back on right, because when I got him out of the package it came out and I clipped it back and it won't clip on the same again for some reason. Bowcaster is nicely detailed. It does have some red detail there, and it's pretty much all just grey or black. It does peg into his back. Which is another nice bonus about this figure, is that you can actually peg all of his weapons on him, and yeah, you can keep all his weapons on him so you can have his hands free, which is pretty nice. Let's peg that off for a moment. The figure himself is very nicely detailed, looks like him from the Clone Wars cartoon. He's got a very nice head sculpt, looks very mean. He's got a ball joint in the head. decent array actually, decent range. It looks up pretty well. Looks down pretty well too. It's got ball joint in the arm. It's kind of hindered, but it doesn't really hinder it a lot. It can still go around pretty well. Ball hindered the elbow. Swivel in the wrist. Swivel in the waist, no. Ball joint in the torso. Swivel in the hips again. His Kama is material, so you can get any pose out of it. There's also a nice sculpted plastic part here as well. It's got a ball hinge in the knees, and his feet are actually on a ball joint as well. Not on a swivel like the regular figures are. They are actually in a ball joint. They've managed to put the feet off. I don't advise doing that in case it might snap. I'm not sure they're not supposed to come off really. The armour is also removable as well. So I don't know why you would want to take the armour off. There's a sculpted armour. The armour also cleverly contains two blades, and it's a good thing as well because these little blades, not sure the name of them, are absolutely tiny. I was worried about losing one of these. I actually thought I'd lost these when I thankfully, remembered that I just kept them in here. I would really advise keeping them in here as well. No matter what, because they will probably get lost because they're very small. They don't really fit in his hands too well. You can kind of get them in his hands, but they don't really fit in too well. I'd say that's the only downfall of this figure. You can really lose some of the weaponry off of it, but overall, really nice figure. I'll just do a quick height comparison to kind of show you how tall he is. Apparently he's supposed to be rare. I'm not sure how rare he is. And again, you probably will not see him in Toys R Us, so if you live in the UK, so your best bet is comic book stores if you want to try and find him, or of course the internet. As you can see, he's taller than I was seeing from a Clone Wars, as he should be. He's again about the same height, maybe a bit taller than Rex. Corey. Finally get there. And there's about the right height, really. Seems pretty lanky. Overall, I'll give the figure a full mark. Well, about a 9.5. The only problem I really have with him is his weapons are a bit hard to come by. But I hope you've enjoyed this review. Searching for more Star Wars reviews, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.